End of chapter. May 1st, 2023. Take me for granted, like my wife had done, I say. An idea would be, to whom is the author speaking, to which I would reply, I'm not sure. In a previous entry, I wrote that I do not know how thinking works, feelings and memories. Thinking, to me, is divided into two sections, or partitions if you prefer. It is the inner speech, with which one can hear the words being spoken without the need for vocals. And the other section, or type, of thinking is a chain of things connected somehow. They call it metacognition, I think, and one of our instructors said that it is as though someone has tucked away a book in a giant library, which I found to be an interesting metaphor for it. This is not me, I hear myself saying. Long silence might have had an effect on my thinking somehow. I haven't spoken to many people for a while. It sounds sad, but it is somewhat required. Some people of ancient times used to take the silence practice, where they would spend hours or days without speaking a word to anyone. Zechariah was commanded by God not to speak to anyone for 3 days in order for that to be a sign for him from God that he will be granted a child. Whether it is an Islamic teaching or not, staying silent can sometimes be helpful. When I heard myself saying, "This is not me," I wanted to write it down. Yet I cannot help but question how valid this argument would be, not being me when writing in the future. I know that I'm the person controlling my own body and ordering it to write things down. The neurosystem which sends signals to a limb to make it move, or to the hand to make it delete something. What if these limbs are not mine? If something is given, like the purpose of using these limbs, if it was vowed for something else entirely, if it were vowed, how does this argument continue? This is not me might be justifiable, but I'm not sure if it is also just in comparison with other people. I am happy with the way I am. I might not even want to change it, but I know that no human would be. A part of me is happy with the way I am, and a part of me is questioning the morality of my writing every time. It is making me anxious and afraid to write. I do not think that I do it just for fun. If only I could put doubt in a can and toss it away. But then again, I don't know how doubt can find a way in. Thank God for the Quran. Alhamdulillah ala al-Quran. Heaven is not a place on earth, I sing over and over. He can joke. Of course he can. He can do whatever he wants, I reply. I need to write this down so that I do not forget it. Even a tyrant could believe in God. I mean, whoever doesn't believe is just plain stupid. I know that belief is inherent. It is not something out of choice. It is doubt that resembles an infestation. It might be called a curse of disbelief, one which the devil was cursed with. Even the devil believes in God, but he was full of pride and hatred towards Adam. He said that he would not bow to something that God created from clay. This is not a sign of belief. He knows of God's punishment and he fears God. Please, I hate and despise the devil. Maybe we should not speak about it here. End of chapter.